Again.
When Fox decided to cancel Lucifer after its highly successful third season, it didn't take long for Netflix to snap the franchise up and confirm it for another 3. There's just something about the show that attracts viewers, whether it be the constant barrage of shirtless Tom Ellis scenes or the hilarity that comes with watching an anti-hero like Lucifer living in our world. Although the series was so close to being canceled once and for all, you'll be surprised to hear just how wealthy the cast members have been made by this move to the streaming giant. So whether you're a fan of the show or just like knowing how much actors earn for their respective roles, don't go anywhere, as we're about to take a look at just how rich the cast members of Lucifer are and conclude that it's way more than you actually thought it would be. Believe us, you won't want to miss a thing. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Kevin Alejandro. Kevin Alejandro is probably best known for his portrayal of Dan Espinosa on the show. As a homicide detective working for the LA Police Department, it doesn't take long for Dan to be introduced to Lucifer and inform Chloe just how crazy she is for trusting him with matters that should be left to the police. Serious and often distrusting of those outside of his circle, Dan fulfills the classic archetype needed to make shows like Lucifer successful. And if you thought he looked familiar to you, it's not just because he has one of those faces. Kevin has also appeared in a range of other successful shows, including but not limited to Southland, Parenthood, and our personal favorite, True Blood. That's right, everyone. Kevin actually portrayed the role of Jesus Velasquez in one of the first and most popular vampire series to ever appear on television. With all of this acting experience under his belt, you'd expect Kevin to be rolling in the Benjamins at this point. And honestly, you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that. Kevin Alejandro has amassed a net worth of around $2 million. Since he's currently 44 years old, he can most likely stop acting now and do whatever he wants for the rest of his life. It's actually hard to imagine that he was born to a Mexican family in Texas and had to sell everything he owned just to make the move to acting. Suffice it to say, this was definitely a move worth making. Aimee Garcia. Next on our list is Aimee Garcia, who portrays the incredible Ella Lopez and is surprisingly already 42 years old. We say surprisingly because she is absolutely gorgeous and honestly doesn't look a day over 25. That being said, with such life experience, it's no wonder Ella is portrayed in such a wise and comedic sense. As the forensic scientist employed by the LA Police Department back in season 2 of the show, Ella has yet to discover that Lucifer is actually the devil and ruler of hell. But this doesn't stop her from being a fan favorite to everyone who loves snarky and intelligent conversation and comebacks. Aimee has said in many an interview that she wanted to perform from a very young age, but that she always had a mind for financial subjects like economics, which is why she decided to graduate college and start working as a mutual fund analyst in New York. But her love of acting never left her, which is why she decided to quit her job and move to LA in 2002. It took her a while to get started, but things started to work out for the star when she became an official cast member of The George Lopez Show, where she played his niece. This appearance of hers launched her career and even gave her the role of Jaime Bautista in Dexter, which introduced her to the world of forensics. All in all, Aimee Garcia has been able to round up a net worth of around $2 million and currently lives in California. She's even been nominated for a SAG award because of her acting performances and will likely be given a number of opportunities after Lucifer comes to an unfortunate end. All in all, we can't wait to see what Aimee's future holds for her. Lesley-Ann Brandt. Believe it or not, Lesley-Ann Brandt had a humble beginning back in South Africa where she grew up with her family. Definitely best known for her portrayal of everyone's favorite demon, Mazikeen, Lesley-Ann is a shining star and a great example of how talent can be found in the strangest of places. It might also surprise you to hear that the 38-year-old Cape Townian is actually incredibly sweet in real life, which is definitely a far cry from the character she portrays in the world of Lucifer. She initially worked as an information technology recruitment consultant, but then turned to modeling for a brief moment or two. And like many models before her, it didn't take long for the powers to be to notice that she wasn't just a pretty face. Her work in the public eye only increased when she took on a few acting roles in popular shows like Spartacus, Blood and Sand. She's, however, most recognized for her role as Maze. Estimates put her net worth at about $2 million, which is great considering how addicted she is to the joys of shopping. But her work doesn't stop there, as Lesley-Ann has also taken on the role of promoting a couple of brands as a bit of a side hustle. So it looks like regardless of what happens to Maze on the show, Lesley-Ann is going to be just fine. Rachael Harris. Quite different from her demon co-star, Rachael Harris was born in Worthington, Ohio, and actually attended the University of Otterbein a few blocks from her family home, where she obtained a degree in the fine arts and theater. This put her on the right path from the get-go, and saw her become both a comedian and actress from a very young age. Although she's known to fans of the Lucifer franchise for her portrayal of Linda Martin, an out-of-the-box clinical psychologist, Rachael has actually appeared in a number of other roles that have made her a hit in her Ohio hometown. She performed with the LA improvisational comedy team and has appeared in shows like Reno 911, The Good Wife, Suits, New Girl, and a great many others. It's because of this long list of incredible performances that Rachael Harris's net worth is said by sources to be around $4 million, which more than sets her up up for life. But luckily for us, it's not all about the money for her, which means we'll likely be seeing her show up in a bunch of other properties after Lucifer decides to throw in the towel. Lauren German. We've finally come to the leading lady of Lucifer, Lauren German, who you'll all know as the actress portraying the role of the beautiful Chloe Decker. While Lucifer might be the comic release of the show that shares his name, there's no doubt that Chloe is its backbone, with the series being unable to function without either her or Tom Ellis at the helm. And while it's a bit difficult to look at Lauren and imagine her as anyone other than Chloe, we're here to remind you that you probably saw her on the silver screen way before she took on the mantle as the soon-to-be queen of the underworld. Back in 2003, she was cast to appear in one of the greatest horror movies of all time, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and used this role of hers to secure another in Hostel Part 2, which is known the world over for its gore and bloody horror. She also played a rather significant role as Agent Lori Weston in the CBS drama Hawaii Five-0, which spanned for a number of seasons. Considering all the work she's done over the last few years, it's not surprising that she's currently assumed to have a net worth of around $4 million. Word on the street is that she also loves to play around with the property market, often buying houses with the intention of selling them for a larger profit. In other words, we can expect Lauren's net worth to almost double in the years to come without even taking on another role. But believe it or not, her business-savvy antics don't just stop there. Fans of Lauren know that she is a huge lover of dogs, and as a result has been in the business of promoting canine products and brands for years now. And we're not just talking about run-of-the-mill products here. Lauren has been said to be on retainer for the best brands in the business, ranging from Banded Pines to Bessie and Barney. Seeing as how just hearing about this extensive list of Laurens makes us tired, we can't even imagine how exhausted she must be actually performing all these duties. So that makes her incredible net worth well-deserved if we do say so ourselves. Tom Ellis. This of course brings us to the man himself, Tom Ellis, who is definitely best known for his portrayal of the devil himself, Lucifer Morningstar. And might we add, the best version of Lucifer that had ever appeared on television? We think fans of the franchise will most certainly agree with us on that one. In fact, it wouldn't be wrong to say that Lucifer as a show gained a lot of its popularity because of the role Tom Ellis played on the series. What's better than watching Lucifer manipulate people into laughable situations and say the type of things that most of us would think but never say out loud? Sources have disclosed that Tom gets paid in excess of $50,000 per episode of Lucifer, which means that he's been able to bag at least $3.3 million from this property alone. Despite being able to live a lavish lifestyle, however, Tom tends to stay as far away from the hedonistic life that Lucifer promotes, as he considers his body to be his temple and eats as healthily as he can. Good thing too, because if Lucifer is anything to go by, Tom's body is one of his greatest assets. And with an estimated net worth of around $6 million, we'd probably do the same. Because of this, Tom has actually created his own workout regimen on the Playbook app, through which he's been able to earn some more profits. That is great, considering that he hasn't actually featured prominently in many other significant roles throughout his career. It's not often that someone as incredible as Tom comes out of nowhere to grab a role like Lucifer Morningstar, but we're glad the casting director was able to pick up what he was throwing down. Without him, Lucifer as a show would have been remarkably different, to say the least. But what do you think of the vast amount of money the cast of Lucifer have been able to obtain? Absolutely worth it, or way too much for their own good? Feel free to let us know in the comments section down below.